Welcome into a draft day edition of Film Room powered by YouTube TV. Alongside ESPN's Matt Miller, Chris Hayre here with you. And Matt, the Chargers, I think they hit it out of the park in the first round, getting Rashawn Slater at number 13 overall.
Yeah, Chris, this was our dream pick. I feel like we ran through so many mock drafts.
We talked
together.
about this.
Right. We even with Haley, we were like, what's the mock draft? And I was like, well, if Rashawn Slater's there, he has to be the pick. And guess what? The board fell perfectly. Rashawn Slater was there. He was the pick. I imagine Tom Telesco and Brandon Staley are high-fiving like crazy when this goes down in the war room. But we've got some awesome Rashawn Slater tape that we can introduce the fans to who haven't had a chance to watch the All-22 yet. And I'm excited to jump into this whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's do it. So Rashawn Slater started 37 games at Northwestern. He opted out last year, but I think this is the game that kind of puts Slater on the map, right, Matt?
It is big versus big. That's what we talk about in scouting. You look at the schedule, who'd this guy play? Okay, I want to watch that one. And this was the one, like you said, he opted out in 2020, but you go back to 2019, Chase Young lining up as the pass rusher for Ohio State. That's your big versus big, the number 2 pick in the 2020 draft against now the number 13 pick in the 2021 draft. This is what you want to see. Let's just start at the top here, because this is what the first time I watched Rashawn Slater's tape, this is what I saw. Playing left tackle, he's poised, he's comfortable. And what I want folks to pay attention to is just how well he moves out of his stance. Everything looks natural for him. And imagine that this is Justin Herbert in the shotgun instead. The ability, he knows, okay, I'm giving my quarterback room to run here. I'm giving him a pathway to daylight. This play happens very fast. And the beautiful thing is Rashawn Slater is so poised and comfortable, and he understands his athleticism. He doesn't have to throw Chase Young into the dirt here. He uses Chase Young's momentum against him and rides him around the pocket, giving his quarterback a pathway to step up and either run or throw. We know how athletic Justin Herbert is. We know how quickly he thinks, how well he throws on the move. If you have Justin Herbert at quarterback and you can do this might not look like a win to the casual fan, but it absolutely is. And this is exactly what I want to see when I'm scouting a left tackle. And it just keeps going. You want to see some strength. You want to see a little pop to his game. It's just not all the finesse stuff. He absolutely offers that too. This is an NFL left tackle on this play. Again, this is Chase Young he's lined up against. And when they come off the snap, you're going to see down blocks. He gets to that second level, and you see that power. So, again, and he's riding that guy out. Toward the end of the play, if you keep watching, he's riding this out until the ref blows the whistle. So we're seeing, again, what do you do in NFL in the run game? You're going to have to make that reach block. You're going to have to down block, get into space. He chips the D tackle, gets to the linebacker, and rides him to the ground with a great finish block. So you're getting run game ability, you're getting pass game ability, and again, the vision, the awareness, those are the things that I love to see from a college left tackle that make me think that Rashawn Slater not only has the potential to be an all-pro in the NFL, he has the potential to step in right away. And whether that be at left tackle, I know Trey Pipkins is a player a lot of folks believe in, whether it's at left tackle or if it's at the guard position. When you add Corey Linsley in, now you add in Rashawn Slater. This offensive line is equipped to deal with the great pass rushers in the AFC West.
And Matt, we talk about protecting Justin Herbert, but you just illustrated this in the run game too. He's going to be opening up some holes for Austin Eckler, for Joshua Kelly, yes, and a guy that he actually opened up holes for his true freshman year in Justin Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key here. He's not one-dimensional. And I think sometimes people look at Rashawn Slater, who's a little bit undersized, and they think, oh, it's a finesse player. He's not. That run block that we illustrated is just evidence of what you're getting. Someone who not only is physical enough in the run game, but is smart enough in the run game, which is oftentimes the key that keeps rookie offensive linemen from excelling. And this is just smart team building to surround your great young quarterback with the protection he needs when you already have those wonderful weapons out on the outside.
And I just thought of this. The Chargers travel to Washington this year. So we're going to see Rashawn Slater versus Chase Young at the pro level at some point during the 2021 season.
Yeah, and that's a great Washington D-line. So that's going to be a matchup that even folks like myself, we're going to circle that one and be like, that's Corey Linsley and Rashawn Slater against that Washington D-line will be an absolute treat. Very excited to see Rashawn Slater put on the powder blues and become that great pass protector we all think he can be. And Chris, like I said before, the great thing about the Northwestern scheme is not only is that you're seeing best versus best, but it's pro style and a lot of the things that they're asking Rashawn Slater to do. And just his reaction time. Again, a play that for a lot of people is going to look like a bust, but I saw Quinn Miners do this at the Senior Bowl, and everyone lost their mind. The coaches I was sitting around, because of the reaction time. When a play is busted, which is going to happen, what is your recovery like? That's something that we actually evaluate with offensive tackles. So you see it with Rashawn Slater again on a play that something goes wrong in the play call, but that is the reactive athleticism, which is super important to that offensive line position.
All right, Matt, let's go to the next play. And Tom Telesco said he was actually at this game against Iowa in Evanston.
Yeah, and again, what I was saying all the time to you is you want to scout good players against good players. Well, this is AJ Epenesa, who was actually one of my favorite defensive ends in the 2020 class. And again, a power player. So you're seeing Rashawn Slater, who's a little bit undersized against a powerful defensive end, and his ability to not only mirror with players like this, but to show the strength to handle them. That kick step is beautiful, by the way. It's so poised and agile. But the important thing here, and we'll get to see the other view of this play, is a lot of the knocks on Rashawn Slater is, his arms aren't long enough. If a defensive end long arms him, it's not going to work. Let me tell you, it works. It works just fine because he's so quick. And sometimes when you're not super long, what you have to do is have quick hands. And this is quick hands from Rashawn Slater to get that long arm established and then lock out AJ Epenesa and to be able to get that grip on him, to control him, and again, open up the rushing lane for the quarterback. It's super, super important. And it's plays like this that tell me he can play left tackle in the NFL and be very, very good at it.
As we get to the next play, we're seeing him play left tackle here, Matt, but he does have that positional versatility. And you mentioned a guy like Trey Pipkins. If you need Rashawn to move to another position, he's more than capable.
He is more than capable, Chris. And the important thing is he's played right tackle before. And again, we're highlighting a run play here. Man, I wanted to show the run plays because if you wanted to put him at left guard or right guard, he can do that. He shows the movement ability. Again, these are down blocks. This is a zone block where he's looking for someone to hit, and he's just finding that player and basically ear holing them to open up the run game. So I think that is the beauty. And when you talk about positional versatility, sometimes we think, that guy has heavy feet, let's move him to right tackle. This is not the case. This is someone who's a very good athlete, where if you put him at right tackle or right guard or left guard, if you like Trey Pipkins at left tackle, then you're getting someone who can absolutely clean up at the first and second level. You're talking about Zach Martin comparisons if you view Rashawn Slater as a guard. So this is again a very, very good player who had no business being available at 13.
And Tom says the Chargers view him as a tackle, and we see these top flight pass rushers in the Big Ten. How about going up against Joey Bosa on a daily basis at Costa Mesa?
Right, you're going to get some of your best reps in practice. That's what you love to see is players like this. That is where you get better. I mean, I've talked to Jalen Ramsey about this, about how do you get better? And it's about going against the best in practice and in the offseason, training with the best. And Rashawn Slater going and working with Duke Manyweather, learning from the best offensive linemen in the country. They got tired of Von Miller and these pass rushers getting together and figuring out all these tricks and said, we're going to go do it for the offensive line to try to level the playing field. And it's really a perfect situation. If Tom sees him as a tackle, I think he's a tackle all the way. And I do think that he'll be one of the best ones. He'll be one of the best tackles in the AFC West by the end of his rookie year. I firmly believe that.
All right, Matt, final game here. Some good looking throwback uniforms, Wisconsin Northwestern.
Yeah, and again, Wisconsin was loaded. We have to remember this is 2019 when that defense was much better than what we saw in 2020. And again, we're going to get a clip of Slater at left tackle. And it's just all about, this is Zach Bond lined up on him. This is all about his ability in the run game to just go clean up. And we've talked before about zone blocking and his ability in space. I think this is one of the most impressive aspects to his game is his ability in space to identify the player, but then the quickness. He's moving like a fullback. That is not a left tackle getting to the second level. You hear that referenced a lot. What second level blocking? That is it to a T. That's at the high level. The accuracy at the second level, and then the power to finish the blocks and put guys on the ground. But when you're talking about Rashawn Slater and how he projects to the NFL, it's pass pro. And again, this is a beautiful, clean set for him, giving the quarterback plenty of time. The ball's got to come out a lot faster than it did there. But it's that he never looks rushed. He always looks poised. You never see him panic. He's always smooth. Everything here is textbook of flat back. His knees are bent. He uses that left arm to establish separation from the pass rusher. That's to a T. If I could draw something up for college left tackles, if this is how your pass set should look, that is what I'm looking for as a scout, is somebody who has that agility, the balance and the flexibility to be able to, you hear waist bender. There's none of that here. The back's flat, the knees are bent. So it's really picture perfect technique for him.
And when you're in a division with Frank Clark, Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Yannick Ngakoue, Max Crosby, I think the Chargers may have got their guy.
Yeah, I think they got their guy. And I'm so excited to watch him and Justin Herbert make some things happen together.
That was ESPN's Matt Miller. Matt, appreciate the time. This has been Film Room, a draft day edition powered by YouTube TV.